Okay, so the third one, the answer is 001, 01, 011 is going to be your answer. So that means the first one, right? This is going to be the answer. Fourth, which of the following list this particular one in ascending order? Yes. So the best way is converting these values into a decimal so you can compare. So when it comes to the binary value, we have 1 and 2 zeros, 1 1 0 0 1, right? So the binary representation is going to be, so you take the place values. It says 1 2 4 8 16 32 64 and 128, and you are going to add 128 plus 16 plus 8 plus 1, because all other places it contains zeros, right? So it's going to give you what, 128 plus 8, 16 plus 8 is 24, like 24 plus 28, it's 50 and 54 and 55, yes, 155 in decimal. Oh, that's it. Did I make a mistake? 8 plus 6 is 14, 14 plus, oh no, 153 people, yes? 153 is going to be. So 153 in decimal. Okay, and you got 113 in octal. If you make it to the decimal, how it's going to be? It's going to be 1, 8, and 64 over here. So you are going to get 64 into 1 plus 8 into 1 plus 1 into 3. So that means 64 plus 8, 72, 72 plus 3, 75. This is binary. Right, so 153 is there, 75, 10 is there. And yes, 1A16, 1 hexadecimal, A means 10, this is 1, this is 16. So 16 into 1 plus 1 into 10. So 26 in decimal. So it's asking the ascending order, right? Is it the ascending order that they ask? Yes, ascending order. So the smallest one should be at the beginning. So the smallest one, according to this, is the hexadecimal, right? Yes. So that is only in the fourth answer. So the fourth one, the answer is going to be the fourth. Is it the fourth? Yes, it is the fourth. Yes, people, are we clear about this? Okay. And fifth, in the fifth one, they are asking in which of the following number system is the number 800 a valid number? So if it is going to be a valid number of a number system, all the different characteristics of the particular number should be inside that number system. So here you got only two characters, which is 8 and a 0. Right? So 8 and 0. When it comes to the binary, 0 is there, not 8. When it comes to the octal, 0 is there, but not 8. It ends with 7. And decimal, of course, you have a 0 and an 8. And hexadecimal is also has a 0 and an 8 at some point. So it's going to be decimal or hexadecimal. Second one is going to be the answer. All right, moving to the seventh. Yes, this type of a question, when we are facing this type of a question, we have to go with the truth tables. Right then, for given input, which of the following logic circuit provide the same output? Right. So let's see how the outputs are generated over here. So here it comes A from this line. This is an AND gate, so it's going to give you A dot B. This is an AND gate 2. So from here it's going to give you B. That means A dot B dot B. Right? Because A dot B comes from here and B comes from here. So AND gate, they multiply. And AB dot B goes from here and A comes from here. This is an OR gate. So the final answer will be given A plus A dot B dot B. Alright, so that is the very first expression of the first circuit. And here this is an AND gate. A and B will be input, A dot B will be created, and this is an input. So again, A is inputted. The final answer is an OR gate, right? So A plus A dot B. Right, so this is the second equation. Third equation, this is an OR gate. So A plus B goes from here, and from here it gives you A. Then you can say A dot, right, A plus B. So this is the final answer of this particular circuit. Okay, now we have to compare when these outputs are going to be the same. Right, to do that we have to have a truth table. So it's 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. And first I need to check the first one. So I'm going to take A dot B. So it's going to be 0 0 0 1. And I'm going to do A dot B dot B again. That means this particular one, this 1 into 0 is also 0, 0 into 0 is also 0, 1 into 1 is 1. These columns will come. Right, and then the first answer's output, I'll put 1. So in the 1, what you're going to do is A plus A dot B dot B. So that means this particular column will be added with this particular column. So 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 1. Again. Right, so the first one comes with 0, 0, 1, 1. And let's think about the second one. It's A plus A dot B. We have A dot B already over here. And A is over here. So we can straight away create A plus A dot B. So A plus A dot B, it's going to be 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus, let me say 1 plus 1 is 1. So A plus A dot B is going to give you this particular one. So the second output, which is this, can be taken if this particular column, once it is multiplied with the A again, I'm sorry, added up with the A again, not added, multiplied, I'm sorry. Here it is multiplying. So A multiplied with this with K. And those things will be multiplied, the A and the A plus A dot B. So again, 0 plus 0 going to give you 0, 0 plus 0 going to give you 0, 1 plus 1 going to give you a 1, 1 plus 1 going to give you a 1. Right, so it seems the first and the second are identical. Right, so we have to search the third one. Third has A dot A plus B. So here we don't have an A plus B, so I'm creating an A plus B. So it's 0, 1, 1, 1. And then we say A dot A plus B. That means the third output, A dot A plus B. So A plus B over here, A is over here. So let's see, like 0 plus 0. Not the plus people, it's dot. 0 dot 0, it is 0 still. 0 dot 1, 0. 1 dot 1 is 1. 1 dot 1, it is 1. So of course, third one is also identical. These three are identical. So everything goes together. People, is that clear? Right. Okay. And the eighth one, we'll discuss the eighth one and end the session for today. So we'll discuss the rest of the things by next week. When a new printer is connected to a computer, installing a special software is usually required for the proper functioning of the printer. What is this special software is called? Not the defragmenter. Defragmenter means it's a utility software which has in our computer, which gives us some arranged space in the hard disk when the data is being scattered all over the hard disk. It will take all the data into one particular site and make more free space, not more free space, like make free space arranged to a one side. So defragmenter is doing that task. It's nothing to do with the printer. Device driver is the one which is going to be your answer. We need the driver to introduce the printer to the computer. File manager is just helping you to manage your files, nothing to do with printer. And task manager will help you to manage the task, or like not actually helping, like it's retrieve the nature of the task and the way that they are happening. So the correct answer is going to be the second one, device driver. Okay, so after the 8th question, you are asking me to discuss the 12th one. So like this is the 12th one. Consider the following step used in printing invitation to a list of invitees using the mail merge facility for a word processor software. So it has create the invitation letter as the blank, create the save list of the invitees with their address as the blank, and use mail merge feature to insert detail from queue into the P and print invitation. Yes. So when it comes to the option A, the statement A, create the invitation letter as the master document. It must be. So the first one is invalid according to that, and fourth one is invalid. So it has the master document in the second and the third answer. So P is going to be master document. And create and save the list of invitees with their addresses as the data source. It must be, not the thesaurus. Thesaurus is there to find the synonyms, the opposite meanings, and all these things in your Word document, not for the saving the list of invitees or having a particular database kind of a thing. So because of that, the third one is invalid. So the second one is going to be the answer for this. And the next one is the 13th. Right? People give me a second. My phone is unlocking and I have to unlock the login manager. I have to unlock the phone in time. Let me quickly write down the numbers that you need. So we did 12. Yes, we need 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 25, 28, 29, 30, 35, 35 to 40. Yeah. So in case if you want anything new, just let me know, right? When I'm passing the questions. In case if you want any new particular one, just let me know. Yes, people, give me a second. Give me a second. All right. So let's continue. It's the 13th one. So the 13th one is talking about an Excel question. So it says, what is the formula that has to be written in cell D2 to get the value of y when x is minus 2? So if you think about the question says value of y are to be calculated using the equation this y equal bx square plus qx plus r for given value of x. Value for P, PQ, and R constants are given in cell B1, B2, and B3 respectively. Value for X are given in the cell range C2 to C6, right? So it's easy to identify, like we have the values for the PQR right over here, which is in the B column, and the value for the X are over here. So what they are asking is, what should be the value of y when the x is minus 2? So x is minus 2 means it is this instant. So when it is there, they are asking what should be the answer over here. Right? So we have given the equation. So it is easy. So like px square we have to create first. So p comes from here, which is the b1. So we can say, simply we can say b1 should be multiplied with x square. X square means like the value of the x, the corresponding x is going to be the C2, right? So C2 must be calculated with another C2. That's how the px square is going to be there. And then the qx, the value of q is over here at the B2. So B2 multiplied by what? X again. All right, so that means a C2 again. Plus R is over here, which is at the B3, so it's going to be B3. Right, generally this is going to be the equation. If we want to consider about the absolute values, let's consider about it once we take the answer, right? So since these the value of P, Q, and R are only displayed on these cells, so like the B1, B2, and B3 values must be in the absolute mod. So first let's figure out whether we have the correct answer with the other components, right? The reason why I'm saying is like look at the let's go from the fourth answer, right? So in the fourth answer, they say $B $1 into $C $2 into $C $2 again plus $B2. Here they only take $B2. That means only the B2 reference is there. The C2 part is missing. Because of that, fourth one is wrong, right? And in the third one, they have taken B1 into C2, then it takes the 2 to the power. So it's not B1 into C2, right? So if this bracket does not appears here, then actually it represents the same thing over here. So this particular thing can be written as like B1 into C2 to the power 2 like this. But since they got a bracket over here, it says B1 into C2 first and take the square of that. So because of that, third one disqualifies. And in the second one, it has B1 alone over here. So B1 is not alone. B1 should be multiplied with C2 and C2. So the second one is incorrect again. So obvious answer is the first one. Right, see, so like to find the answer, we don't really need to look into the absoluteness of the cells. First, let's just go through the equation is correct or not. So in all three answers, T2, 3, and 4, all three answers were not correct due to the formula issues, right? Not the absoluteness, not the dollar amount, right? Okay, so for 13, it's the first one. It's going to be the answer. Okay, people, is that clear up to this point? Okay, right. Moving forward. So 15th. All right, 15th says what would be the display if the formula 6 minus 2 to the power 2 plus 5 plus 4 within brackets divided by 3. Enter in the cell in the spreadsheet. Yes. So you have to work this out. So let's work it out toward upward. So since I got free space over there. So what's happened here? So the things inside the brackets are going to get the priority first. So 6 minus 2 will happen first. That means 4 to the power 2 plus 5 plus 4 divided by 3 will be there. Then 4 to the power 2 will be there, plus this bracket is going to happen, which means 9 divided by 3. Now to the power is going to happen. 4 to the power 2 is 16 plus 9 divided by 3. And now the division is going to happen. 16 plus 9, 16 plus 9 divided by 3 means 3. So the final answer is going to become 19. So the answer is going to be the third one. All right. This is how that particular answer can be gained. All right, moving forward, the 17th then you have asked. And people, I'm reminding you again, if you got any particular question in between, please drop me a message saying the question number so I will take it to the discussion. So 17, a person insert his automatic teller machine card into a bank ATM and enters the PIN code. Then he enters the amount of money he wants to withdraw. After checking the available balance in the account, the ATM dispense the money, update the balance, and display the new balance. So what they are asking over here, which of the following lists an input, a process, and an output in given scenario respectively. So generally, those are the kind of questions that they ask in the essay paper, especially inside the first question, right? So here, if you think about the inputs, a person insert automatic teller machine card. So ATM card is going to be one of the inputs. And enters the PIN code. So PIN code is another input. Then he enters the amount of money. Amount of money is another input. Wants to withdraw. So then regarding the process, after checking the available balance is a process. ATM dispense the money, that's going to be an output of actually update the balance, another process, and displays the new balance, another output. So outputs are going to be the money and the new balance, right? So red color indicates inputs, blue color indicates processes, and the green color indicates the outputs. So the answer is easy. The first one says amount of money to withdraw. It is an input. New balance, that is an output. So they are asking the order is input, process, and output. So new balance is not a process. So this is wrong. Amount of money to withdraw, updating the balance, new balance. Yes, amount of money to withdraw is an input. Updating the balance is a process. New balance is an output. Yes, second one is the answer. Third one is wrong because new balance is an output, so it is wrong. Fourth one is wrong, updating the balance. Updating is a process, so it is wrong. Excuse me. Yes, next question is 18. Which of the following occurred during the evolution of computer technology from the first generation to the current? Processing power of computer increased. Yeah, from the first generation to the current, yes. Processing power was increasing. That is correct. Like in the very first generation, they had only a very primary type of processor, which could do some very basic calculations. And nowadays, they have many complex processors. So the processing power increased. Number of transistors per square centimeter in the CPU increased. Yes, because IC, when the ICs are taken, it is a technology that is being used to create the CPU. And inside the ICs, there are transistor type of circuits. And with the time, the technology inside the CPU is developed. So number of transistors per square centimeter is getting increased. That is how it increased the performance as well. Right? So B can be also taken as a correct one. And in C, it says storage capacity of computer increased. Of course, storage capacity is also increased. Earlier, it was very limited storage that they had in the first generation, as well as the second, third comes. Like when it comes to the current situation, we have storages now in terabyte, petabytes kind of things. So the fourth one is going to be the answer for the 18th. 19th, which of the following is suitable for durable storage of data in computer? So like they are talking about durable, that means the data is going to last long, right? So cache memory, RAM, and video memory, all three things are volatile things, right? Volatile storages. Whenever they have the power inside it, they keep the instruction. When the power is disconnected, the instructions are gone. But hard disk is a non-volatile storage, which is the durable, right? So the second one can be taken as the answer, right? So it's much better if they ask it as non-volatile. So like, but instead of that, they use the word durable, right? Anyway, the answer goes with the second one. Okay, so after the 19th, we are asked to discuss 25th. Yeah, since I'm going to the next page, is it clear so far, people? Oh, what happens here? All right, great. Okay. So the 25th question. Which of the following is correct regarding a database? A collection of fields make record, a collection of records make table, and a collection of tables make database. Obviously, that's the correct one. Definitely, that's the correct one, right? And in the second says a collection of fields make a table. No, collection of fields does not make a table. It takes a record. A collection of record makes the field. It comes the other way around. So because of that, these two are wrong. A collection of table makes a record. Again, no. So the correct answer is going to be the first one. So that's a like the basis, or like the very simple thing regarding a database. A collection of fields make a record. A collection of records makes a table, and a collection of table makes a database. Right, so 28. If a person wants to send a 200 MB file to another person through the internet, which of the following methods are suitable? So like attach to an email and send it, it's not going to be practical because this is having 200 MB, right? Generally, the maximum that you can send through an email is like 40 to 50 megabytes, right? So not a 200 MB kind of a file. So it is not. Use FTP service to transfer the file. Yes, file transfer protocol can be used. Use an online storage drive such as Google Drive and send the link. Of course, that's true as well. Right, so B and C only for the 28th. 29th. Which of the following tool can be used to color the figure shown on the right in yellow using the image editing software? Yeah, so they are asking to color the figure. So to color the figure, it's a paint bucket that you can use. Right? The pencil will help you to draw the lines. This will help you to do the selection. This is the lasso. You can select in any particular shape, right, using the lasso tool. Right, so the third one is the one which helps you to do the painting, right, or the coloring. 30th, which of the following statement regarding the waterfall model relating to system development life cycle are true? Yeah, they have given 3 particular statements. In the first one says, in this model, activities of each phase are completed before starting the work in the following phase. Yeah, that's the nature of the waterfall. That's why it is called waterfall. Right? One phase is done, then only the other phase can be achieved. So during the current phase, we can't go to the previous phases in the waterfall. It is not possible. So A is true. B says this model helps to develop an initial basic system which is developed into a full system in an iterative incremental fashion. You have to capture the incorrectness of the statement from this. There is no iterative incremental nature inside the waterfall. It's the which has the iterative incremental fashion is the iterative incremental model, right? So no, it's wrong. And C, in this model, usually the user sees the system at the initial phases of the system. No, user does not see the system at the initial phase. They are going to see the option at the very last point, right? So only A is correct. Right. 30th is done. Oh, Sasvika has asked a question. What is the maximum data limit in an email? Sasvika, it depends on the email service provider, right? So like when it comes to the Gmail, it's giving us 25 megabytes. When it comes to the Ymail, which is given by the Yahoo, as I remember, they are giving you like 40 megabytes as the attachment limit. Likewise. Got it, Sasvika? Okay, right, great. Right, so the next question, 31st. Yes, in the 31st, they are talking about the deployment part of the SDLC. The column on the left below shows the type of system deployment methods labeled that can be used to make new system operational. The right side column gives the description of 4 different methods of deployment indicated by the label. So they're asking you to match it. Direct deployment installs a new system to select groups of users in an organization. Yeah, it seems to be the key. Q says install a new system and makes it operational in a series of steps. Install new system quickly makes the system operational and immediately turns off any overlapping systems. S says operates the old and new system together for a period of time. Yeah, like if you think about from the bottom, if it operates the old and new system together, that it definitely shows you the parallel deployment. So B comes with S. Pilot deployment install a new system to a selected group of users in an organization. Yeah. So this goes with P. Right, and direct deployment. Yes, installs a new system and make it operational in the series of steps. Now, series of steps, it's actually the pace, right? So this goes with R, definitely. So this is Q. This is R, right? Hold on, did I mess it up? Direct deployment goes with R. Yes, this is R. Yes, so A for R, B with S. So here B with P, incorrect. Here A with Q, incorrect. C with P. Yes, C with P. So here it says C with Q, incorrect. So the third one is going to be the answer. Then comes the 33rd. And people, if you get anything unclear regarding my explanation, please indicate it to me either by raise hand option or like just by dropping it, so I can go through those like slowly. Okay, 33rd, it's asking which of the following statement regarding image compression are true. So like A is giving you with lossless compression every single bit of data that was originally in the file remaining after the file is uncompressed. Yeah, that is why it is called lossless compression. So it's not going to lose any details due to the compression. And part B, lossy compression is used to reduce data size for storage, handling, and transmission. Yeah, that's why we use lossy compression as well. That's true. Think about a particular softwares like what the Photoshop, right, or those kind of things. So it will just produce the one which is with the low quality and maintain quality. So it will help you to keep the things in a proper manner. And part C says lossy compression creates larger files than the lossless compression. Lossy compression creates larger files. No, not the larger files. It creates smaller files size than lossless compression. Yes, so lossy compression is creating smaller files because it can be compressed more comparing to the lossless compression. Right, so C cannot be taken as a correct one. So A and B only, just two. Right. Then the 35th. Yeah, people, just a second. I will refill my bottle and come. Okay, so moving to the 35th. So the 35th, it's about the pseudocode. Consider the following pseudocode segment. Which of the following statement is correct according to the above pseudocode? Yes. So this particular pseudocode explains the payment option. They have given the value as fails. And it says if distance larger than 100, then payment option becomes true. So for that, distance should be larger than 100. And then it says if vehicle type is bus, then payment option again becomes false. So in case if both the conditions are true, the variable payment option first going to become true, then it's going to become false again. Right? So it is asking which of the following statement is correct according to the above pseudocode. If distance equals 99, distance equals 99 means this particular argument is false. If it is false, none of these things are going to happen. That means payment option stays as false. So it says if distance equals 99 and vehicle type equals car, payment option will be made true. So not true, it's going to be false always. So it is wrong. And the second says if distance is 99, again distance is 99 means distance is less than 100. So payment option is going to be false. Here it says true. So it is not the answer. If distance is 101, 101 means the first condition is correct. And the vehicle type equals bus. Vehicle type equals bus right over here. That means both the conditions are true. This is true as well as this is true. Then the payment option finally goes with the false. And it says then the payment option will be made false. Yes. This is the correct answer. If the distance is 101, that means the first condition is true. Then it comes to the next one. And the vehicle type is car. Vehicle type is car means this is going to be false. Vehicle type equal bus. So then payment option stops at the place where it says true. So this says false. So because of that, that is wrong. Right? Did you get that, people? 35th? Yes, everyone. Is it clear, or do you need me to explain it again? Yes, lamai මාව ඇහෙනව නේද හරියට? Is it clear? Okay. Right. 36th. Marks obtained by 10 students for the ICT paper is given in the following array. The name means the array is A. Specifies here. Which has index starting at 0. So that means this is 0, 1, this is first element, this is the 2, 3, 4. Right? 7, and this is goes with 8 and 9. So the question that they are asking is which of the following index items can be used to retrieve the highest mark? Yes. So highest mark is what? 93. So if it is 93, the index is 7. So A7 without doubt. Right? So that's how the 36th has worked. 37. So in 37, it is asking like how many times that the dollar mark will be appear, right, or display after the execution of the following pseudocode, right? So this will begin p equals 0 happens, right? So p equals 0 means we can take p and it is 0, and then it has repeat until. My little one is here, people, so be careful, and there will be some disturbance as well. No, not that many. Right, you can have this. Not from there. Right, so it will begin p equals 0, then it says repeat, and q is given as p mod 2. So q can be calculated dividing p by 2 and considering the remainder. So p is 0. When 0 divides by 2, if you take 0 remainder 2, the remainder going to be 0 as well. Right? So, no. If q equals 1, then it displays dollar. So the q is not 1 over here, people. Q is 0. People, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. So we begin it and P equals to 0 and we enter to the repeat until structure. This says Q is assigned with P mod 2, that means 0 mod 2. So 0 mod 2 means like 0 will be divided by 2 and 0 will be the answer and 0 will be the remainder. So this is given by this particular one, or like P mod 2 is given over here. So then it checks whether Q is equals to 1. Q is not equals to 1. That means this is not true and this is not going to happen. It comes to the end if and it increase P by 1. So P will become 1. So then it checks the answer. It checks the condition. P less than 5. P is 1. 1 is less than 5. So this is true. In a repeat until structure, if the condition is true, the structure is going to come to an end. That means no dollar sign will be displayed. So that is why in your marking scheme, the answer for 37th is given as all. Right? So that's the reason. 38th, consider the following flowchart on the right, which inputs a number and displays the message valid mark if the input number is between 0 and 100. What should be the correct term for labels P, Q, and R respectively? Yeah, P anyway going to be a condition, right? So what they are trying to do is they take a number and they check whether it is in between 0 and 100. If both the conditions are satisfied, then it says a valid mark. So here it checks whether the n is larger than 0. N is the one which takes as the input. If it is larger than or equal to 0, that means one condition is okay. It is greater than 0. So when it is going on the years part, we have to check whether it is less than or equals to 100. Right? So because any particular number should be something less than or equals to 100. So less than or equal 100 should be there. So these two answers are disqualified. So P is going to be n less than or equals to 100. And if it is years, then only you can display the valid mark, because larger than 0 comes as years and less than or equals to 100 comes as years. Then it comes to a valid mark. So yes, P is n less than or equal 100. Q is years. So here the Q position said as no. So it is also gone. Correct answer is going to become the second. People, are we clear until this point? Okay. Right, moving to the 39th. Which of the pseudocode is equivalent to the logic of the flowchart on the right? Okay, let's match. It starts, so everything has the word begin, so it is okay. Input C, this has read C, this has read C, this has read C, as well as this has read C. It says F equals 9 into C. F equals 9 into C. This has F equals 9 into C. This has something like this. We can't say it is wrong without checking what's the equation is going to do to the F, because at the end they are trying to output the F. So like if the particular F can be given using that particular formula as well, then the algorithm must be taken as the correct one. So this says 3F equals 9 into C divided by 5 plus 32. If you think about the flow chart, first F is defined as 9 into C. So that means here F is 9 into C. And then it says F equals F divided by 5. This F means it is this particular one. So that means in this box, we can write it like F equals 9 into C divide by 5. Right? 9 into C divided by 5. And then the next one says F equals F plus 32. This F means it is this. So we can write this like F equals 9 into C divided by 5 plus 32. Right, so that's the ultimate answer of the F. So in the second question, it takes that particular equation. It says 9 into C divided by 5 in plus 32. The problem is it is being equals to the 3F. It's not the 3F that it's going to be, it's only the F that it's going to be. Because of that, this is qualified. Third answer is having F equals 9 into C divided by 5 plus 32. Yes, that seems to be a correct one. So we can say that this is going to be the correct algorithm. And here read C, 9 into C is there. F equals C plus 32, it is there. So because of that, this is wrong. Right, so 39 is the third answer. And the 40th of it says, which of the following are correct regarding programming languages? Yes, the capital A says machine language uses binary digits base instructions which a computer can understand. Very clear and correct statement. Machine language is the one which indicates by 0 and 1, so it can be easily recognized by the CPU. And assembly is a low-level machine development dependent programming language which uses a symbolic representation of a machine code. Yes, that is also said as the assembly language, so it is correct as well. Part C says high-level programming languages are machine independent. High-level programming languages are machine independent. Yes, it is. Because when you write a program from a high-level language, you don't need any particular other installations to be done to another computer when you are using the same program. So you have like the programs like Pascal, Java, Python kind of things. Those are machine independent. So you can write it on one particular machine and you can run it on a different particular machine. Right. So everything are correct. So take the fourth one as the answer for the fourth year. Yes. Okay, people, we are done with the MCQ paper. Any questions regarding this? Any any doubts? Okay. So moving to the second paper. Yeah, Sastrika composite key means a key or the primary key which consists of more than one column inside it. Generally, we have a Generally, we are having a primary key using just one column. So, like composite key is having more than one particular column when it comes to a primary key. Okay. So, in the second paper, it says if character M represented in ASCII table 109, write down the binary representation of the word no using 7 bits for each character. So, like ASCII kind of questions, they are very common. So, simple M indicates 109. So, then M and O is there at the alphabet. So, this is going to be 110, this is going to be 111. Right, so if they need to indicate no in 7 for each other, so 110 can be written as how? It should be like 127. Yeah, let's take the place values and define it. So like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 110 is made out of 64 plus 32, 96. 96 and it means 14. 14 comes with 8 plus 4 plus 2. So this is the 110 and 111 is going to be 110111. Right, so these are the conversions, so you have to write it together and show. So the final answer is going to be 110, 1110, 110, 1111. Right, so this is going to be the answer. Let's cross check it with the marking scheme as well. Yeah, so this is the answer for the first part, the ASCII tables answer. So 1 mark for that. Sorry, 2 marks, 2 marks for that. Right, then what they are asking is some things. Yeah, regarding a circuit, it says consider the following simplified logic circuit, which is designed to switch on a ceiling fan when the temperature is high while the power switch is on. So we have to go with the scenario. So there is a switch and there is a temperature sensor, and the ceiling fan is going to on when the temperature is high while the power switch is on. Right, so anyway, the ceiling fan is turning means these two functions should be happen properly. Right, so if ceiling fan to indicate 1, if we take the temperature sensor as T, the temperature sensor indicates high from 0. So that means this is not T but the T bar. right? And the switch should be in the on mode. That means if this is S, this should provide S as well, right? So the temperature sensor, from here you will be given the signal T, but this particular needs to indicate a 0. That means this particular signal of T needs to be converted into the other side. That means T bar. Right, so to do that, we need a NOT gate over here. Right, and to activate the particular ceiling fan, you need both the interactions. Right, so this is going to become AND. Then only the S and T will be multiplied together to provide the particular ceiling fan to be operated. Right, or even we can argue it from this like as well. Like temperature is high means the T bar. That's what it means. Temperature is high. T bar. Power switch is on. That is S. So to ceiling fan to be worked, or like the to the ceiling fan to be operated, S and T bar should be happen. Right, so S and T bar means S dot T bar. Right, so clearly the Q is going to be a NOT gate and P is going to be an AND gate. Are we clear about this? People, are we clear about this? People, is that clear? Okay. Right, the part B it's asking consider the following simplified circuit of a washing machine. And the following is the truth table. They have given the truth table at the below. So it says to fill out the truth tables or like write in the label and the corresponding value of the regarding the computation of the washing machine or the way it works. So in washing machine, for washing machine to be worked, this place needs a 1. So if that needs to have a 1, this is 1 as well as this needs to be 1 as well. Right, and power switch is on when when the power switch is operating manually. Right, is on means 1. Door sensor close, it gives you a 1. And water level sensor, it gives you 1 as 0. I'm saying it gives you 1 according to the way to fill it up. So that means to indicate 1 from each and every place, to take this as 1, these 2 places are on. Right, so to have 1 in here, from these 2 places there should be 1. Right, and to have 1 over here, we should have 1 as well. So that means washing machine is working. All 3 sensors are providing you 1. Right, so that means It's the only occasion, people, right? So in case this gets 0, this is going to become 0. 0 plus 0 into 1 will not give you a 1. Right? So same goes with the other two scenarios in case if they turn into a 0. So that means in the truth table, this is the only place which provides 1. In all other places, it indicates a 0. Right? So marking scheme says for P, either you have to draw it or you have to write the name, and Q as well. And then this is the way they fill the blanks in the second question's B part. A to G is 0, H is 1. Okay, are we clear with this? Okay, so here it asks, what are the differences in between the waterfall and the iterative incremental model? Right? Like rather the main difference that they have. So the major requirement or the major aspect that they change from one to another is like waterfall model. Once a particular phase is done, it should reach the second. You can't come back to a previous version, right? So the iterative incremental model is not like that. Right, so this idea should be in your answer. Right, so this idea should be in your answer. Some particular meaning which comes this meaning, right? And in the part B, they are asking one advantage of like iterative incremental model. Right, so that can be written like this. Yeah, so these three things are taken as the what the advantages of the iterative incremental model. So any one of these, right? If you got any alternative answers, just send me. I'll tell you whether this work or not. Yeah, just see whether you got the answer correctly. So 1 mark if any of these ideas in your answer. Right. And let's see whether they put some more. Yes. It has more options as well. Okay, moving to the fourth part. Yes, in the fourth, it is asking for you to match the task and the port, right? So it's rather easy. Connect the LED display to the system unit, which is D. Connect keyboard and the mouse, which is C. Connect network cable, which is B. And computer the power cable, which is A. Right, so the task one, it is D. Task two is C. Task three, there is no, yes, connecting network cable, yes, goes with B. Task 4, power cable goes with A. Yes, people, are we clear up to this point? Okay, goes with the fifth one. Consider the following phrase before and after formatting using word processing software. Right, they are asking, write down the word processing software tools required for the above formatting. So as you can see, it's been bold, it's been italicized, and it has this big ST become a normal ST, that means superscript. Right, so those are the things that you need to be written in your marking scheme, in your paper, not your marking scheme paper. So yeah, this is the way they have matched these the ports, right? 1D, 2C, and 3D and 4A. And yes, these are the answer for the fifth one. Either you have to write the particular words, or you can draw the symbols. Right, and look at what they have said later. මෙම කොටසේ පිළිතුරු දීම සඳහා වැරදි විවරණක් හෝ මෙවලම් ඇතුළත් කර ඇතනම් ලකුණු වල වේ. Right, so that means if they ask for two, just give them a two. Right. All right. So the answer is going to be either of these things. Either you have to go with the icons or you have to go with the words. Right. And the sixth one. Yes, and they have A to C. They have label A to C. There are some statements regarding the cloud computing. They are asking what it is, like how it's going to be matched. Right. So yeah, let's do this. Infrastructure as a service goes with the Z. A goes with Z. and software as a service X, platform as a service, it's going to be Y. So ZX and Y. Right, in the marking scheme, should be at the below. Yeah, Z for A, K, X for B, and Y for C. 2 marks for that. The 7th one. So in the 7th, I'm sorry. In the 7th, what they are asking is following to gives 4 different scenarios. Labels from S1 to S4 that require different communication methods. And yeah, so it can be taken from the list which is given here. A manager of a bank while in Sri Lanka joined the meeting held in their head office in India. So what, video conferencing, right? This is S1. A secretary sending a soft copy of a report from her manager to all employees working in a different city. So much suitable answer is the email. Right? It should be the email. Right? The third one says, a technical officer sending a message to his manager informing that the machine has been required. Machine has been repaired. So S3 goes with instance messaging. And finally, a marketing manager sharing photos of a community service project and obtaining feedback from the customer as comments. So it's the social network. Right, so let's go with the marking scheme as well. Yes, S1 is video conference, S2 is email, S3 is instance messaging, S4 is social network. 7, yeah, they have given some bits inside a one particular pixel. They need to know how many numbers of colors can be represented out of these things. Right, so if the 10 bits are there in the pixel, so the number of colors are going to be 2 to the power 10. That means 1024. Right? The equation behind that is this. Here BPP is bits per pixel. Right? So that means 2 to the power 10 eventually equal to 1024. Right. And in 9th, they have given you a particular what you call the flowchart, and they have said, I'll go through the paper since this is Sinhala. So our need is, if some input is there, to find out what's going to be the multiplication of the values in between, right? If someone gives n as 5, this p should display 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. That means 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 4 is 24, 24 into 5, 120. So 120. This is the output that you are going to get. So they are asking what are the values that should be there in for the label L and M. So let's hand trace this and see. So we started, we give an input, let's say we have given 5, P is 1 and Q is 1. Right, and the question that they are asking is Q larger than N. Q larger than N. N is 5. Q is not larger than N. So that means if it is not larger than N, there are two things to be done. Right? So definitely something that should happen with P and something that should happen with Q is going to be the argument or the steps. So P will be like now if you think about the calculation that we are going to do, like if we give the input as 5, first I will be doing 1 into 2, the answer is 2. Then it will be done 2 into 3, answer is 6. Then we will done 6 into 4, answer is 24. Then we will be done 24 into 5, 120. Right? So this is the final answer that we are expecting, 120. Right? What you can see is each and every time this answer is referred to calculate the next. This answer is referred to calculate the next. So this kind of an equation will help us. So that means you got P over here as well. Right? Since it is the previous one. Previous P ne. And these ones, you think about these ones, at one time it's 2 and another time it's 3 and another time it's 4 and another time it's 5. So it increases 1 by 1. So that particular variable which increases 1 by 1 should come here. Right? So that means there should be a variable which increases 1 by 1. So Q is starting from 1 and since the P is differing from like this, Q is the only chance which we can argue that this particular answer will increase 1 by 1. Right? So Q in this box it's going to be Q equals Q plus M. Right? I'm sorry, q equals not q plus m, q equals q plus 1, because it needs to be increased 1 by 1. And here it's going to be q. So we can write p equals p into q. Right? So p into q is going to be the answer for L. Q plus 1 is going to be the answer for M. People, is that clear? Right, okay. So when it comes to the marking scheme, yes, they have given it like this. P into Q, L for L, it's going to be P into Q. For M, it's Q plus 1. Right, and in part B, it's asked if n equals 4, what are the values of P and Q at the end? So P should be 24 and Q should be 5. How this can be happen? So let's hand trace this and see. Right, so it starts, it inputs n, it is given as 4. And P becomes 1, Q becomes 1. Then ask the question whether Q is larger than n. So we know now this is P equals P plus Q, this is Q equals Q plus 1. And Q is not larger than n, so it goes on this part. So P plus Q, 1 plus 1. I'm sorry, this means P equals P into Q, not plus, my bad. P into Q. So 1 into 1, still 1, so P value is not going to change. Q equals Q plus 1, that means Q becomes 2. And Q larger than n, yeah, still Q is not larger than n, still goes on this part. P into Q, 1 into 2, now P will become 2, and Q increases by 1, 3. Goes up and checks the condition, still it is not true, again comes on this part, P equal P into Q. So like 2 into 3 will give you 6, right? And Q will be increased, it's 4. Checks the condition again, Q larger than n, Q is 4, n is 4. It's not large, it's equals. So still the answer is no. So P equals P into Q. 6 into 4 is 24. So 24 will be written here. And Q equals Q plus 1. Always become 5. And yeah, then only it says display P. Right? So because when Q is 5, this condition becomes true. That means once it got here, then it comes to C. Or like display P. So in the question, what they're asking is the value of P and value of Q. Value of P is 24, value of Q is 5. People, are we clear about it? My battery is running low. Sometimes this will be closed. Okay. So the very last question. There is a table given. A particular table. It says to consider the employee and division table given below. It says assume that a new division named IT located in column 3 is to be added. Write down the new record that has to be added and the corresponding table name. Yeah, so if it is a new division, it's the division table. And how the new record is going to be added. So you can write it like this: IT, comma, division number is 4. The location is Colombo 3. Right? And the part B is saying Saman John works at stores. They're asking you to complete the PQRS labels, these things, right? So Saman and John works at stores. So Saman and John works at stores. Stores means division number is 2. So for Saman it's 2. For John it's 2. Fasal works at finance division. Finance means 1. So the Fasal, yeah, this is going to be 1. Raj recently joined to the IT division. IT division is 4. So this is going to be 4. Right, so that's how the completion of these things are going to happen. So yeah, here comes the record. If you got the record correctly, you will be given 1 mark. And for PQRS, this is it. For P it's 2, for Q it's 4, for R it's 2, and S it's 1. Okay, so the first question is done, people. See how much you got out of 10, 20, I'm sorry, 20, 20. And send me the final, as well as in the times is up. We can end the session from here as well. Right, Udamya, very good. Right, it's a very, very good mark. You came to the maximum. Right, so people who have sent me the marks, you can disconnect, people. Thank you very much. I'll see you all next week for the very same time. Right? Yes, yes. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. And please send me the answers, not the marks. How much, how did you score?